Majesty.
Who was Henry has as many explanations, really, as there are historians.
Henry VIII was larger than life. He was a true Renaissance man.
He was an incredibly intelligent and talented man. He was constantly reading and writing.
He spoke and read Latin. He spoke and read French, besides English. Some have argued that he was learning a bit of Spanish because of Catherine of Aragon.
Henry was also a musician. He played music and he wrote music, and I think there are still some of the songs that he wrote that are performed today.
He was athletic, he jousted. Hunting was his passion.
So the Henry, the big, bloated, degenerate king of our memory, didn't happen until after our film was finished. Prior to that, he'd been known as a strong, athletic, dynamic, very attractive king.
Most people are so taken by the visual of this, fat, old, bloated man that was quite mad. And a lot of people, and I was surprised actually talking to friends when I got the part, and they say, "Oh, you're gonna be 40 stone for that one?" I go, "Well, no, because when he was young he wasn't." They go, "Oh, really?" "Yeah, well, did you know that he was actually sort of, young and fit and healthy and was a really intelligent young man?"
After 1536, when he fell from a horse, he seems to have been less athletic. And what happens to modern football players sometimes is, when they stop their conditioning and they stop their exercising, they don't stop their eating.
What we see with him, as we see with Elizabeth, is any monarch that lives for a long, long time has these very different facets.
The greatest mark that Henry VIII left was on the Church of England. He separated from the Roman Catholic Church and created the Church of England, which still exists today.
Henry established himself as supreme head over the English Church in 1534. He did this in order to undermine papal authority in England, since the Pope was unwilling to grant an annulment from his barren wife, Catherine of Aragon.
I don't care! I need to be rid of her. Find a reason.
Once he's destroyed the power of the Church, once he's, in a sense, taken England away from the Pope, there is only one power in the land, and that is Henry the King. And Anne, who taught him how to take England away from the Pope, is actually one of the first victims of the fact that there is no court of appeal. There's no other authority that the king will listen to. And so he can do what he likes. And I think it's the first signs that he's turning into, a madman. In a sense, I have tremendous sympathy for him because I see him through all these stages, and even when I see him as this monster at the end of his life, I remember very clearly, the work and the research I did on him and this wonderful little boy that he was born. And I think what we see, particularly in the film, is how the energy and the outgoingness and the love of life of the young king slowly gets, in a sense, closed in on himself, and he becomes a danger to himself and especially to others.